identified. Totally identified. With what? With all the dukkham, the sorrow, the challenges, the towering inferno that burns and burns, and you just sit here and sweat, panic, have palpitation, feel stressed out. For what? For an illusion. A screen on which the fire burns the entire 55-floor building. That fire doesn't even touch the screen. This is called asangoham, asangaha, unattached. The screen can project the towering inferno without being affected by it, is it not? And you, the witness of this, totally half collapsed by the end of the film. Why is that? Because we take things too seriously. We take everything too real, and therefore he says what? Manas chakshura devi yukta swayam yaha. Manas chakshura devi yukta swayam yaha. Manas chakshuradir manas chakshuradihi. Manas chakshuradir manas chakshuradihi. Manas chakshuradir agamya swarupaha. Manas chakshuradir agamya swarupaha. Sanityopaladhi swarupo hamatma. Sanityopaladhi swarupo hamatma. Manas chakshuradir viyukta swayam yaha. Manas chakshuradir viyukta swayam yaha. Manas chakshuradir manas chakshuradihi. Manas chakshuradir manas chakshuradihi. Manas chakshuradir agamya swarupaha. Manas chakshuradir agamya swarupaha. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. Yaeko vibhati swatah shuddha chetaha. Yaeko vibhati swatah shuddha chetaha. Prakasha swarupo pinane vadhishu. Prakasha swarupo pinane vadhishu. Sharavodakastho yatha bhanurekaha. Sharavodakastho yatha bhanurekaha. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. Yaeko vibhati swatah shuddha chetaha. Yaeko vibhati swatah shuddha chetaha. Prakasha swarupo pinane vadhishu. Prakasha swarupo pinane vadhishu. Sharavodakastho yatha bhanurekaha. Sharavodakastho yatha bhanurekaha. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. Sanityopalabdhi swarupo hamatma. So continuing, he says, no matter what be the nature of the mind, Atma, the consciousness, is never affected by it. Time, space, conditionality doesn't belong as an intrinsic nature of your soul. The conscious being that you are, the I am, when you say, it is a witness consciousness. Untouched it is by the changing thought process of the mind. The mind thinks I am happy for a split second. Then it realizes I am depressed for the rest of the day. By evening, angry. These different moods that the mind goes through, anything that goes through the changes is not I. The changeless I, who is a witness to the changes, is really who you are, not the changes in themselves. Because it is there and not there. The changing Atma is not your intrinsic you, it is an incidental experience. And therefore we say, what has come will go. This also shall pass. Is that not what they say? The time has come and the time will go. And therefore let it come and let it go. Why do I identify so much with one situation or the other? Enjoy your freedom, your luxury, your leisure by having that space between you and your experiences. You know, it is something like if you go to these days you have these multiple movie complexes, you know, what do you call that? Multiple theaters. And you have a movie you want to watch. This happened to me once long ago. And I ended up going half an hour early. And by the time we reached there, the movie was still going on, and I thought, oh, we missed the first part. That happened to be the previous show's last part. It was one of those action thriller movies. So you're supposed to enjoy this by sitting on the edge of your seat and just watch with popcorn and Coke in hand. Unfortunately, what happened? That movie, suddenly the end came. Oh. Then we continued to sit and the movie started all over again. And the story was over. Beginning itself it was over. Why? Because no more I could identify with the villain chasing this woman, this beloved of the hero, and all these gimmicks and the games that went afterwards. All the chase, the police, the cops, the prison, the gangsters, nothing meant anything. Even when it looked like she was going to die, I knew I saw her in the last scene. She is still going to be around. What is it? Relax. 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 Trust that the end will serve you. It's a Hindi movie, remember? There will always be a family photo in the end. Why worry? You're not going to lose anybody. Rajnikant is never going to die in this film. The end is a success story. No matter what happens in between, learn to be objective. Learn to be a witness. Learn to relax and let go. The nature of the soul is, he says, Nitya Upalabdhi, the timeless being am I. The timeless being, when it is said, means time cannot touch me. The soul has no death because truly it had no birth. What do you mean time cannot touch you? Time cannot touch you because there is no such thing called time metaphysically. Time itself is an illusion. Your past, your future is all an illusion. Past does not exist, does it? Where does it exist? Where does your past exist that you make it such a big reality of your life and miss the present? It only exists in your head, in your memories, failing memories. Good thing memories are failing in old age. Otherwise we'll remember everything that everybody did wrong to us all through our life. It is nothing but a memory bank that I recall, calling it a past. Past has no truth unless I pull it into the present. When past existed, it existed as present. When future will exist, it will exist not as future, it will exist as present. And therefore, what is the truth of time? Hey, only in the present, not in the past or the future. What is the present? You call truth of time the present? That is the biggest bluff of time. What is the present? 24 hours? 10 hours past? 13 hours future? A 1 hour present? 1 hour present? 15 minutes past? 44 minutes future? 1 minute present? 1 minute present? A 1 minute becomes 60 seconds. Which second is present? The second becomes milliseconds, milliseconds become microseconds. Where is your time, the present? There is no present called time. The present is nothing but you, your presence. Your presence is the presence that brings about the present. Your presence is the presence that draws the past as present, that makes the future into present. Hey, you are the one doing it all. It is your creation. You have to choose and decide whether you want to live in the present. In fact, I don't even want to live in the present. I want to live in my presence alone. The truth of the moment is, I am. The truth of the moment is, I am that conscious being in whose presence present is, in whose presence past is, in whose presence future is. Nimittam manas chakshuradit pravrittau. Nimittam, I am the nimittam. I am that conscious being in whose presence kala, time is. And therefore, what is it that I am holding on to? Which memory am I holding on to, creating separation between me and you, me and the other? In all our interpersonal relationships, all our divide, all our fights, all our unhappiness with the world is about what? Holding on to some memory bank of a past which is gone, which has no meaning for me in the moment. And therefore, we are taught to understand, to know that your truth is not connected. You are not your memory. Your memory is only your decision of a recall or not. You choose to recall. Yes, Ammaji, I'm always recalling wrong things only. Hey, why are you doing this? Why don't you recall in your life all the good that has happened to you? Why don't you recall things that will empower you in joy and happiness? Why don't you bring back the trust you held as a child, as a young soul? Recall things that nurture your soul, your heart, through love, through care, through manifesting your own truth, your essential nature. this set of verses reveals more and more, we will see tomorrow. It reveals the truth to be one that is the timeless being. I as a conscious being is Nitya Bodhaha. I am eternally an effulgent being, a timeless being. Time cannot hold me back. That is why I have nothing to fear. I have no reason to live out of a fear of death, because birth was never for me. That is why you find great souls, siddhas, they choose, hey, it is enough, now let me take off. Even if there is a illness, a disease, a terminal illness you find in the lives of some of these souls, we ask, if he was really a saint, why should he have this terminal illness? Why not? I'm glad he had, because we got to see how he responded to the cancer, to the illnesses. We got to know how a wise man would respond. When Ramana Maharshi was detected to have that tumor in his hand, and he did not even want to do a surgery there, with great reluctance, he accepted, okay, but I will not move away from where I am. You want to remove the tumor? Okay, remove. Hey, we don't remove tumor like that. We first give you anesthesia. I didn't agree for anesthesia, he said. You want to remove,